Okay, so it's about 3 or so now. I think the match is at 5, if I remember correctly. So
Yep.
you get to the Robodome, and people are starting to file in, starting to come in, and it's starting to get pretty busy in there. It turns out your match with Felix is actually the first match of the day, of the evening rather. So um, you guys are gonna be kicking it off. So basically, the technicians lead your robot to a special loading area, and you go in like it's like almost like a receiving door, and it's underneath. So it's a couple stories or floors below ground level. So they lead you into this area which kind of leads out into a garage. So it's like a shop. There's all these like robots being worked on, and there's a whole bunch of mechanics and operators and stuff like that. At one end of the room, there's a big lift, and so they explain to you in there that the way it works is once all your body work's done and all whatever, once your equipment's cleared and and there's also like dog boys and side stalkers sniffing out any psychics because that's obviously a bad thing. They don't want that. It's against the rules. So once you're all checked out and your vehicle is all tuned up and all that kind of stuff, basically what happens is you step your robot onto this lift, and the lift will raise you up to ground level. And at that point, you'll be standing in front of a blast door, which is leads into the arena. So um, that's how that works. And then you do your fight, and then you go back into the bay door, and then they lower you back down into the garage and work on your robot. So, just for the sake of simplicity, we'll say you get through all that. So it's 5 now basically. So the match is about to start. The mechanic, you have your own little personal mechanic who's taking care of you, doing all your fixing and stuff like that. Um, so you're down there, everything's ready. So you step onto the platform, and the guy presses the button to raise you up. He's like, "Good luck." So
Th- Thank you for your help.
he's like, "Yeah, no problem. Good luck out there." And so the platform raises up, and then comes to a stop. So now you're standing in front of the bay door, and you can kind of hear the sort of like the music and stuff. And there's like lights. You can kind of see through little cracks and little windows, like there's lights and stuff like that. So now, guys, I guess Mel and Doc, you guys are in the crowd in the stands or whatever, right? And there's this glass, well, mega damage glass. I can't remember what they call it, but anyway, so there's something protecting you guys, obviously, from stray bullets and crap like that, missiles. But you can still hear the crowd, and there's announcers talking on the announcement on the PA system, and there's music and stuff. So the show's kind of about to start. It's almost like going like a hockey game, like what happens is the lights, they kind of dim, and the music starts. It's like this kind of pumping techno kind of music, everybody hyped up, right? And there's like kind of like a light show with the lights, get everybody kind of going, and everybody's cheering and stuff. And the announcer comes on the PA system, and he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Northern Gun Robodome." And everybody starts cheering and blah 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 and all that stuff. And he starts rhyming off the different fights that are going to happen that evening. And he goes, and kicking things off is our first match is going to be between timid Tim Keys, and everybody just kind of cheers, and some people laugh, and a newcomer from Bastion, and people cheer, and they say your name, and everybody cheers and everything. So
They're
basically,
saying Jon Snow,
or yeah,
right?
sorry, yeah,
Right.
Jon Snow. They're saying your name, Jon. So they're not saying Felix or anything like that. And so yeah, they announce your name, and people are cheering and everything like that. So you can kind of hear all these same things from where you're standing, Felix, but it's all kind of muted because you're behind the blast door. And then so you hear them introduce, and your first fighter is Tim Keys, and you hear some people cheer. You hear mixed reactions from the crowd, and you hear him come out, and they introduce him. And then your door opens, and then you hear, and his challenger, Jon Snow. And yeah, so I guess at this point you'd have to walk out.
I Yep. I walk out.
Okay. So this being a 1v1, we could just do this theater of the mind, of course, but why do that when we have a perfectly functional map right here? So
Right,
this,
Doc, what's the bet? How long is he going to last?
yeah,
What,
okay.
you're betting on Tim?
I'm just asking. What do you think?
Okay.
I
So,
think I think I think our boys got this.
I don't
all
know, man.
right. Let me just fix
The
your audio
Delilah
stuff.
outguns him bad.
I got it.
The Delilah's got a
perfect,
missile
thank you.
pack. He's got 12 short-range missiles he can just keep peppering him with. And he can take more.
Okay, so yeah, so this is you come out and you're in the blue area as you see. Keys is in the red area. So this is just a quick sort of representation of the battle dome or the Robodome, sorry. So this what's gonna happen is there's kind of like a countdown, and then once the countdown hits 0, it's fight, and you guys obviously go at it. So before we get started, any questions, Felix, at all?
Yeah. What's my run speed in this arena?
50 miles an hour.
Whatever it would be on your thing. I have to look up. It might say on your character sheet, but like you can go full tilt. And like the arena's huge, so and it's got a very very high ceiling. There's just room to maneuver. So whatever it says on your sheet, unless I forgot to put that.
I would stay flat out in speed
Let me have-
because that gives you a bonus to hit. That gives you a negative for him to hit you.
Oh, maybe it doesn't say here.
Well,
Here, I'll look it up.
my run speed is 240 kilometers per hour.
Okay.
He can't match you in speed.
Okay. Let's see how big this is. Yeah, so you're about 120 feet away. So yeah, I mean, you could probably cover, like in a single action, you probably easily 50 feet, if not 100 feet in a single action, if you want to make a committed move
Charge.
or like a charge, or you could probably go at least 30 feet and shoot kind of thing. So you could probably what's that one? Like you could probably go 7 squares and shoot, or pretty much cross the arena.
Okay.
So yeah, the movement shouldn't be too bad. Got a lot of maneuverability. So if you have anything else, any questions, you can get going.
Nope. Let's do this.
All right. So the countdown goes 3, 2, 1, and then fight. Ding ding. So all right. At this point, go ahead and roll initiative real fast. So who goes first?
D20.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like he goes first. Okay, let's see what we have here. All right. So the fight starts, and Tim kind of circles around a little bit. He's not charging right at you. He's gonna sort of skirt the edge of the arena a little bit. He's kind of going around this way, and he's gonna take a shot at you right away with his plasma ejector. So he fires a shot at you, and that would be a hit. Now,
Can I take a dodge?
sure, absolutely.
D20 plus 5.
Okay. Nice.
20.
All right, so that is a dodge. Let me just pull something up real fast. All right. So you take your dodge, and you do in fact dodge. Awesome. So it's your go, Felix.
How close do I have to be in order to do a leap kick?
Point blank.
Well, I mean, you could do it as part of a charge attack. Are you trying to just jump up and kick is one thing, but if you're doing like a charge through the air, like charge and run and jump and do a kick, you can pretty much do it as a full charge attack. So let's say probably 50 feet, maybe you could get a running charge at it.
All right. I'm too far away right now, so I'll.
Barely, yeah.
So yeah. So stupid wrong button. So let's see. If I can go about 50 feet right now, I'll head to about here for a sort of committed charge.
Okay. Okay. Did you want to take an action, like a shot? Because you can pretty much cross that amount of space. Like if you wanted like a committed run, you can probably get it closer than that. But if you want to take a shot, you can with that kind of distance.
Okay. Yeah. I'll take a railgun shot at him.
Okay.
Or not.
Unfortunately, that's a miss. All right.
Just so I'm clear, part of the reason I'm doing this is to get a read on Tim Keys himself.
Okay.
So stuff like sort of what his strategies are, maybe why he keeps tapping out. So I'm kind of observing him through this entire fight.
Okay. As you run towards him, you notice he kind of He's not trying to engage you head on. Like he's kind of skirting around. Looks like he's trying to keep you at a bit of a distance. He doesn't look like he's that interested in getting in close combat. So at this point, it's his go again. So he's going to take another shot at you. And he's going to miss horribly. All right, go ahead.
Okay, now I'm in with 50 feet. I want to do a lead kick at him.
All right, roll it up.
I'm assuming I get there regardless, but
Yeah. Oh no. Okay, so you do this like amazing charge and you run and you leap and you kind of overshoot it. And not only do you overshoot it, but you miss completely. And whoa, critical failure. You smash into this wall and you fall kind of on your back.
Ugh.
And that is, yeah, it's a good 20-foot flight through the air, unfortunately. The crowd reacts to that. Yeah, you hear some laughs, unfortunately. All right. So he's going to back up a little bit on his turn. He's going to back up a little bit. He's going to take another shot at you with his railgun. And that, unfortunately, is a miss.
I'm gonna die.
That's
a miss?
That's a miss, yep. All right, go ahead.
All right. Now, all right. He's within range. I'm gonna directly engage with starting with the punch at him.
All right, go for it.
I keep going to my character sheet to roll something, and I'm not supposed to.
All right.
Third.
All right, he's going to try and roll with that, and he's going to fail. So, yeah, go ahead and roll it up.
Okay.
I think you get an extra die for.
Yeah, I think he's. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
got
with
blades
his.
on the hands.
Yeah, he's got the blades. Okay, so that's 9, right on. Okay. So you manage to slash across his chest with the blades. It makes a horrible sound. And he's going to try and back up again. He's going to back up and take a shot. This time he's going to shoot some missiles at you. So he is using mini missiles on his right shoulder. So got a missile rack there, so he's going to take a shot at you. Just the one missile. He's going to miss. So the missile whizzes past your head and smashes into the wall behind you.
I slightly move my head to the side in order to dodge it.
Yeah, it's like kind of this. All right, cool. Go ahead. Go.
Okay. So I'm gonna grab and punch him again, but this time I'm gonna aim for the missile launcher.
Okay.
So, because if this guy's trying to run away, I'm gonna make this a close range fight. So I'm gonna try and disable his missile launcher with a punch.
Okay, that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. He's not going to roll with this one. He's a little bit confused by it. Okay. So you punch his missile launcher for 10 damage. It doesn't look like it's broken or anything like that, but you've obviously made a dent in it, so okay. Now he's going to punch back. That's going to be a hit unless you roll with it. Now you can...
He's punching back?
Yeah, he's punching, so you can roll with that. That doesn't cost an action.
All right.
Yeah.
And I get +4 to roll.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Or roll 4.
Okay, well, you take 1 damage basically, because that's 3.5. We're not going to split hairs, so you take 1 damage. It's a really feeble punch. All right, your go.
Okay. So he punches me. I'm apparently I'm blocking most of the hit, but I'm using the momentum to try and strike the missile launcher again to take away his weapon.
Okay. Nice. Okay, go ahead and roll damage on that.
Not a great roll. 9.
9 damage. Okay, you take another swing at his missile launcher, and this time, smash. You take a chunk out of the corner of it. So it kind of exposes one of the missiles kind of sitting there, and a chunk of his missile launcher kind of goes flying off and lands on the arena floor, and the crowd kind of cheers at that. And you see Keys, the way his kind of mannerism, he looks like he's confused by this. He's like, well, what the hell? And he kind of takes a few steps back. And actually, it's your go again, Felix. You have one last attack in this melee round. He's out.
Is the missile launcher still functional, or?
By the looks of it, I'd say no.
Okay, so all right, so okay, while he's surprised, I'll land a kick to his solar plexus
Okay.
or not.
That's a hit. In melee, you want I think a 5. So yeah, that's a hit.
That's a 5.
Now he's gonna try and roll with that.
Okay,
Okay, he
and do
rolls.
very well.
Oh yeah, so he'll take half damage from this. But yeah, go ahead. 5. Okay, it'll take 3 just for the sake of simplicity. All right. So you kick him in the solar plexus. He does roll with a little bit, so mitigate a little bit of the damage. All right. This is now his go. He's gonna try and back up again. He's trying to keep his distance, so he backs up. And he's gonna take another shot at you with his plasma injector, which is a hit. Unless you want to dodge.
I'd like to. Yep,
Okay, go ahead.
11 plus 5.
Perfect. All right, it's your go.
Where's his plasma ejector?
I gotta look that up.
That's 2 of them. He has 2 of them, and they're in both arms.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Yep. So same strategy, but not now. I'm going to jab to the side to get one of the injectors.
Okay, sure. Okay, that's a hit. Now he's not gonna roll with that one, so go ahead and do that. Or damage, I mean. Right on. All right, you smash one of his plasma ejectors, and this one looks visibly damaged. Some little chunks fly off, and you see some sparks flying off of it. And again, his mannerisms are very, very, very kind of like what he's got this look kind of like what are you doing? Like what the hell? He kind of looks at and looks back at you, kind of like he's obviously very confused about what you're trying to do here. All right. Smash one of those. And he kind of, for his turn, he's going to back up again. And he's going to point his other one at you and take another shot. And that would be a hit. And unless you dodge.
I'll take this one.
Yeah, okay.
But let's see what this actually does.
Okay, so that hits you for 30.
Okay. So he has. Okay, so I've taken out one missile launcher and one plasma projector. Does he have any? Does he have any other weapons on him?
Yeah, so
He's got another
he's shooting at me?
character and an ion cannon in the head.
yeah, he's got an ion blaster built in right into his head. And he's got the other plasma ejector. He's got 4-arm vibroblades, just like you do.
Okay, so I'm going to aim for his other. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to aim a little bit from afar with the railgun to try and hit the other plasma injector.
Okay, that's going to be a called shot at probably probably -4 to be honest with you. Go ahead. That. And that's again a called shot's going to cost 2 actions, so it'll fire immediately, but it's also going to take an action off the end of your melee. Is that cool?
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Never mind then.
No? Okay.
I'll run in and punch it instead.
Punch it. Okay.
Sorry, I'm not familiar with called shots, so.
That's okay. Like I said, you take a bit of a penalty, and it does take an extra action. You can do some pretty cool stuff. But yeah, it's up to you.
Yep. So this time I'm going to try and backhand the other one.
Okay.
And
That is
probably
actually
miss.
a hit. Yeah. He's going to try and roll, and he misses that. So he takes full damage on that. So go ahead and roll that up. Nice. Okay, you smash his other plasma ejector, and it seems to take visible damage, and it's kind of cracked and broken and sparking as well. And at this point, he starts backing up again. Yeah, so he starts backing up, and he kind of sort of looks around at his different limbs and hands. He's kind of looking at his hands, looking at his stuff, and he's kind of looks up at you, and he takes a shot at you with his head blaster, basically. But yeah, you can tell by his body language that's communicating, of course, through his robot, that he's very taken aback by what you're doing, and he's not something. Doesn't look like it's something he's seen. So he's very taken aback by this. So he's gonna shoot you with his other thing. He's gonna take a full shot from his face, basically. Ooh.
I'm going to assume that just hits no matter what I do. So
The only way to dodge that is a natural 20 dodge.
yeah, I can't do anything about that one.
Okay. So here we go. So we can roll this. Okay, you take 60 damage.
Oh, critical hit rolls.
Indeed.
So is the ion cannon built into his head, or
Yeah.
Yes.
okay? So I can't take out the ion cannon without decapitating him.
I mean, you could smash it, presumably. He's got reinforced pilot's compartment, so he's got a little bit of shock absorption in there. So you could, in theory, break his ion cannon without killing him, but it's up to you.
How long of a range does the ion cannon have?
It would be enough to span the whole arena. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to.
Okay, so
it.
He's 2,000 feet, so.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna move. Yeah, I'll move in close, and I want to hit the ion cannon without harming actual keys.
Yeah, like you won't like the helmet's built to take hits, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, he should be fine. Like even if his helmet was to take like a missile attack, you know what I mean? Like it's they're built to protect the wearer. So until the helmet is actually destroyed, Keys himself is basically safe.
Okay, so yeah, I'm doing that.
Okay. Just have a real quick look here. I don't think I wrote that. Are you looking at the stats right now, Mel?
What's up?
I'm just wondering if a wheel has the page open to that robot that he's fighting right now. I'm just look up the head.
Yes, I do.
Okay, what's the MDC on the head of that thing?
90.
90. Okay.
90. It's
Thanks.
the iron. Well, I won't say what the weapon platform is unless you ask for it. Unless you want me to send it to you.
Actually, yeah, if you wouldn't mind doing that, just send me the MDC of the ion blaster in a private message or whatever.
It's fine. I'll send it on Discord.
Oh, okay, sure. Okay, so you're gonna punch him in the ion blaster, Felix, or?
Yeah, I'm aiming for the I'm aiming for the ion blaster.
Oh, okay.
Just sent it to you on Discord.
Great, thanks.
Not a problem.
Awesome. Nice, that's a good hit. He could try to roll with that, I guess, and he fails. Okay. You smash your fist, or I guess your spikes, into his ion blaster, and it takes visible damage, but it doesn't look like it's completely destroyed. So that is your move. And he's gonna once again he's backing up, and every time he does this, by the way, every time the back up, you hear the crowd react to him backing away. They just kind of, you hear the crowd kind of laughing, and they're cheering. Like when you punch him, like when you knocked his mini missile launcher or whatever, when you smashed that, the crowd kind of reacted and they roared. And when you smashed his guns or whatever, the ion blasters, the crowd again cheered at that. They thought that was pretty cool. So you're starting to win the crowd, and every time he backs up, you hear them react to that too. So he's kind of, I guess living up to his name, right? He's kind of backing away, so that's kind of funny. So he's going to take another shot at you. So it would appear that his ion cannon is still working because he is shooting at you with it again. And he misses horribly. In fact, it goes way wide and it like hits the glass up there, and the crowd reacts to that as well. They think that's pretty funny. All right, so you're up.
All right. Let's see if I can get rid of this cannon.
All right. So again, you punch at him, and he's going to try and roll with that, and he misses horribly. So, yeah, feel free to roll damage on that. Ooh, all right. So, okay, yeah. So you punch at this thing, and this time it shatters that the whole it's kind of like this prism almost in the front with like a glass shielding, and it just shatters this thing, and all these glass pieces go
Yeah,
flying.
yeah, like think like dramatic superhero running forward, jumping in the air, and punching down.
Oh, okay. Did you want to add that? Because that'll do extra damage, I guess, to his head. But
No, no, no.
just for
I'm just
dramatic
saying that for
effect. Okay,
flavor.
gotcha. Okay, so you do this really cool like smash down, and again the crowd goes wild. They like that hit, and Keys didn't like that too much. He actually stumbles back a little bit at that hit. So he goes stumbling back. His last weapon basically shatters, and at this point, he backs up again, and he finds himself in the corner. And the crowd's kind of cheering, staring at him, wondering what he's going to do. And at this point, Doc, something really cold just touched the back of your neck. And anyways, so Felix, you see this guy back up, and he kind of backs himself up into the corner. And at this point, he friggin' taps out. He's done. And the crowd just starts laughing and cheering and laughing and cheering. And then you hear the announcers they're like, okay, well, I guess that's it. And they call it into the fight, and the lights kind of come up, and he says, winner, Jon Snow.
Really quickly, when the chill on the back of the neck happened, can I use like sensory equipment or something to check if anything's off?
Doc, that was Doc, by the way.
Oh,
Doc felt that
Doc
in
felt
the
something
crowd.
chill on the back of his neck.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh, I didn't know you were talking to me. I'm sorry. What happened with?
As you were watching the fight at one point, as Keys kind of got backed into the corner, all of a sudden you felt an extremely cold sensation on the back of your neck.
I'm gonna turn around. Do I see?
See this stupid-looking kid standing behind you. Apparently, he dropped his ice cream on you. He's kind of like, sorry, mister.
I'm gonna chuckle and be like, "It's."
All right. Anyway, sorry, I couldn't resist that one. Anyway, so you back him into the corner, and true to his name, he taps out, even though he was kind of winning there. But there you go.
But he didn't have any
weapons
weapons at that point, so I could have just taken
at that point
pot shots at him all day.
Oh yeah, exactly. So he was tactically screwed. I mean, he could have fought you in melee, but again, Timid Tim. So he taps out. The crowd laughs and cheers, and your name's up there, Jon Snow, mind you. The name is up there on the thing, flashing and winner. So yeah, there you go. So yeah, the announcers is like, okay, well, all right, we have a winner. Everybody, give it up for Jon Snow, and the crowd cheers and everything.
I face Keys, stand up straight and bow to him.
All right. He kind of goes, all right. He kind of bows himself a little bit, and he's kind of looking at his equipment. He's kind of like, shit. So yeah. So he wanders back over to his area, back to his end of the ring, and so yeah, the doors to the garage is open, and then you got sort of your mechanics waving in, kind of like, okay, come on, kind of thing. So all right, so the fight is concluded.
I want that.
All right. Awesome. So that was that. So you won. So you get back to the platform. They lower you back down to the garage. They fix you all up, and yeah, you get paid. So the prize for that exhibition match. Sorry, go ahead.
While they're fixing me up, you said there were side stalkers around, right?
Yeah. Well, they were at the entrance to the garage, more or less. As they were being walked in, they had side stalkers, and they even had some dog boys there too. But yeah.
Okay. On my way, like the guy who originally found Merlane in the city was a side stalker.
Right.
That we brought with us from Bastion was a side stalker, right?
Yep.
Or am I mixing up stuff?
No, you're right. That's correct. Yep.
As I'm well, first of all, I'll probably try and use my own mechanic skills that help them fix up my stuff. But as I'm leaving, can I like casually ask the side stalkers if they've seen anything odd and felt anything odd in the past couple of days?
Well, one of them says, "Well, I haven't seen anything weird, but yeah, I did feel something when I was downtown, yeah, a few days ago, but it was just kind of a passing thing, and I didn't think much of it."
May I ask where downtown? It's I originally came here trying to find someone.
Like, oh, okay, well, he's like, well, I just come from the bar, so I may have been a little under the weather, we'll say, but actually wasn't all that far from here. Come to think of it, I'm not sure. He struggles to remember. He's like, huh. I know I was at the bar, and he goes, wait, maybe I was at the other place first. No, did I go to her place first? No, it was the bar first. And he starts kind of arguing with himself. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, man, I can't really pinpoint it, but it was somewhere downtown. It was
Can you-
late.
Can you at least tell me the bar?
He goes, oh, I hit a few that night. And he goes, well, I mean, you know, and he kind of hems and haws. He goes, I might have been at that one strip joint, I think. And he tells you there's some strip joint downtown. He's like, I think I might have been there, but I can't remember, man. Sorry.
It's all right. Thank you for taking the time.
But yeah, no problem. Okay.
And I'll leave to go get paid.
Okay. So the mechanic fixes your stuff up. So you're back up to full. You can go ahead and repair yourself. The prize pool for that match was 45,000. So go ahead and add that to your total.
Okay. Sorry, doing some math.
Yeah, no problem.
45,000 universal, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all legal here.
You gonna share with me anything?
Sorry, what's that? Josh?
I'm just saying I would be talking to you after the match and be like, hey, good job, da 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 da.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a given.
I was not privy to any of your conversation.
Yeah. Does anything else happen as I leave before I actually meet up with them? Because I'm half expecting Keith to approach me somewhere during all this.
Yeah, actually, sure enough, as you're kind of walking out after you get paid, is back that lady who you signed up with. She gives you your prize money. She's like, "Congratulations, John. Good job." And
Thank you, ma'am.
so as you're walking away, you see this little guy. Well, this little guy, that's kind of weird. He's just kind of a shorter fellow, and he's talking to this same lady. And you're a ways away at this point. You can't really hear what they're saying. You kind of look back, and you kind of see them talking, and the lady kind of nods, and she points at you, and he looks over at you, and then he just kind of nods at her, and then yeah, sure enough, some guy comes walking up to you, and so he comes up and he puts out his hand. He's like, I was like, are you Jon Snow?
Yes, that's me. By any chance, are you Tim Hughes?
He's like, you betcha I am. And he slaps your hand and he shakes. He's like, that was quite a fight out there, huh? And he's like, disabling all my weapons like that. That was quite the strategy. And he's kind of this weird looking little guy. So he's not that tall, maybe 5'6", 5'7", kind of a short little guy, not that tall. He's got the shirt he's wearing, he looks like he's kind of straight out of the 70s, this guy. He's got like a striped short sleeve shirt with the pocket, you know what I mean? And it's like tucked into his pants and all that. And he's got, he's got kind of like he's balding, but he's still got the long hair and it's dark. You know what I mean? Kind of like you see that sometimes in like the 70s. Like he's even got the glasses. He looks like every serial killer you've ever seen, from the 70s, 80s. He's got that look to him. He just looks kind of goofy. And he's got a stupid-looking mustache. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. No, I know the exact look you're talking.
He looks like somebody you wouldn't want to leave your kid alone with, pretty much. Like, he looks like a weirdo. Like, yeah. He's a strange-looking man. So there's that. So he's like, yeah. He's like, how about you want to get a drink with me in the lounge, buddy? That was quite a fight out there.
Sure. Sure. I do have to meet up with some people later, but in a little bit. But I have time for a drink.
He's like, awesome, that's great. So he leads you into there's like a special lounge bar for the fighters. So and well, I mean it's for the fighters. Like everybody goes in there, but it's a nice little lounge. It's that lounge you walked by when you came in. So there was a lounge I think to the
Yep.
left, and then anyhow. So you guys go in there, and he's he's pretty excited to meet you. He's really kind of this sort of, I don't want to say spastic, but he's kind of energetic, I guess. Strange little guy. And so he buys you some
Yeah.
drinks. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. For the record, this isn't just because he's Tim Keys and Felix knows who he is, but in general, Felix is very kind of up. He's kind of upright, maybe maybe a little bit. He walks like he has pardon my French, has a stick up his ass.
Oh
So
yeah. Okay.
so keeping that in mind with the very spastic guy.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite a pair you guys are right now. So
Yeah.
in the meantime, so Doc and Mel, what are you guys doing? Are you with Felix, or are you guys doing something else right now?
That's why. So I don't know. So I would
Like
have
you-
gone and
Yeah, like
good
you
job.
met up afterwards.
So
Yeah.
it depends. If he told, all right, if I'm in character and he told me that the Psy Stalker sent something in a strip club, I'm fucking.
I have not had time to do that.
Two birds with one stone for Doc, right? Leads and strippers.
If I don't have that information, then I'm probably just kind of. I know this is Tim. I don't want to like give anything up just yet. It's not like I'm gonna rough the guy up right there in the lounge, but I would be on that line.
Yeah. Well,
And
yeah,
I'm almost done books. I'm gonna retcon some shopping, but
yeah, no
I'll
worries,
get
no
to that.
worries. So yeah, you wouldn't have heard this conversation because they had it down in the garage, basically. So yeah.
So then I'm
Yeah.
just chilling with them. I'm gonna go in the lounge. I do my usual, get a whiskey.
So
I'm not sure if I've been looking for. I've been asking every bartender in town about the purple-haired girl. I'm trying to figure out if I would say that in front of this Tim Keys guy and engage him for a reaction.
okay.
I'm kind of hoping he and I at the very least, I'm kind of hoping that he and I are talking like that a lot. And I know at least I'm kind of I'm not apologizing for that I did it, but I'm apologizing for the inconvenience of probably having to replace all his weapons.
Yeah.
I guess since this is kind of Felix's show, I would be hanging back and letting him, sort of how I was doing the talking last night. I would be letting him run this one because
Right.
this is his shit.
Well, Tim does ask about you and Mel. He's like, "These guys your friends?"
Traveling companions. It's not a very safe world out there, unfortunately.
Like, you're so right. You're so right about that. He said, "Well, come on over, guys," and he offers to buy you guys around. So he's busy buying drinks from the bartender. That seems to be his tradition, and everybody at the bar kind of knows him and everything. And also, on a kind of a side note, as far as repairing his gear go, Tim is a regular gladiator, so he fights semi regularly, and so because he's a known gladiator, he actually gets a pretty substantial discount on any Northern Gun gear in town. So repairing his stuff shouldn't be that expensive. Like, he should be able to afford it.
I'm just saying this as part of the post fight conversation.
Oh, yeah, for
not
sure.
so much
For sure.
that I'm trying to permanently disable his suit right now.
Right. For sure. So you guys talk and you shoot the crap for a little, and Tim's ordering drinks and stuff. Go ahead.
During conversation, I will try and ask him because I'll say that I'm not familiar with the design on his suit. Is that some sort of new model, or
The design on his suit? What do you mean?
we've been told before that he has the Crimson Vanguard symbol like spray painted on him, so on his armor. somewhere.
That, okay. Yeah, you ask him about that, and he's starting to feel pretty good. He's like, "Oh, that's just something I put on there for good luck," and he laughs.
Maybe I should try it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he did get a couple of decent hits on you, so maybe, who knows, maybe it's got a little bit of lucky charm or something. But okay. So right now, just out of curiosity, you said your character is not a big drinker, right? So what are you drinking right now? Because he's buying rounds.
I mean, the player isn't a drinker either, so I don't know what would constitute as something that would be a light drink aside from flat out light beer. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, like,
Having a beer.
Yeah, you can have beer, like you have rum and Coke minus the rum, right? Just have some Coke or whatever. Like, I'm just kind of curious, like how heavy are you going on the booze? Is what I'm getting at. So probably
not high.
not high. Okay.
Drinking preferences aside, I know this. I know this guy's is the Crimson Vanguard High Priest guy. I'm
Yeah.
not getting wasted around him.
Right.
Is these guy like tying him on?
Sorry. Say again.
I said, is this Tim Keys guy? Is he like tying him on? Is he fucking doing some?
It looks like he's in a drinking mood. Yeah. He's already ordered, like, I think he's on his second well, probably not his third, but he's probably about his second pitcher at this point. He's getting beer. So it looks like he's having a good time. Him and Felix seem to be getting along pretty good. I mean, I don't know how I can't speak for Felix or how Felix feels about this guy, but this guy seems to like Felix at any rate. So yeah, he's ordering drinks for sure.
I mean, I guess I'm trying to observe him through all this. Like,
Okay. He
kind of the point of this whole fight in this first place was to try and get some sort of beat on this, try to get some sort of beat on this guy and what he's actually up to.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. So, the general impression you get from this guy is he's kind of awkward. He's a strange, awkward kind of guy. He does seem very open with you, but that could just be the alcohol, right? So he's very open with you. He's friendly enough. He's just kind of weird. He's just a weird guy. Beyond that, he gets a kick out of his nickname. You found that out, the whole Timid Tim thing. He's like, yeah, well, I don't like going to repair shops and blah blah blah. And sorry, go ahead.
Well, even so, I imagine even so, you did get a couple of good hits on me. I can't imagine. I can't imagine you'd always need to tap out.
He goes, well, sometimes the situation calls for it, and you get talking to him, and he kind of alludes to the fact that he's not a big fan of hand-to-hand combat, like melee combat, because basically he's like he can pilot the robot, but he's not skilled. Like he's not which is why he wasn't getting any bonuses to his rolls. Like he has the piloting skill, but he doesn't have any elite training and anything, so he can use it and he can fight with it, but he can't do it very well. So he really doesn't like melee combat. So that's why he kept backing up. And once you disabled his weapons, he's like, okay, well, I don't want to melee this guy. This guy seems to like melee. I hate melee. So that's kind of the reasoning why he tapped out with you, at least. But
So what'd you do before becoming a gladiator?
he's like, well, I mean, I'm not officially a gladiator. Like he says he doesn't do it full time. His full time job, he works at Northern Gun. He's a blue collar assembly line worker guy. But he does the gladiator thing once in a while, just because he can and he likes it. Then he orders another pitch.
Does that sound truthful? Like,
it's hard to judge, especially with his, with the fact that he's drinking. He might be making it up, or he might be completely truthful. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't sound like a lie offhand. It sounded genuine enough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and plus you did see him on the roster over at Northern Gun, right? So he does in fact work there.
Yeah.
You know that for a fact.
You built. Is that where you got your suit? Northern Gun?
He sort of hesitates at that question. He's like, do you want another drink, John? And he gets another pitcher. He seems to dodge the question about that. And so this goes on for, well, let's say it's probably about 7 at this point. And Mel and what's his face, Doc. I guess you said you're hanging back more or less at this point.
Well, I think if this Tim guy starts to get sauced up a bit, and he engages me at all, unless someone's...
Yeah, like, I don't think it's a good idea to just flat out say if you've seen a purple-haired girl, especially since I know who this guy actually is.
All right, so out of
So
character, what I'm thinking. Out of character, I'm gonna let you know what I'm thinking, and then you can tell me if you're gonna stop me in character. I'm thinking if he's getting sauced up, it wouldn't be necessarily a bad thing to tell him that I do jobs, and this guy down in Bastion hired me to look for his daughter. He's really worried about her. I don't know anything about her other than she's got purple hair and she might have come this way. I don't suppose you've seen her. I've been asking everyone else.
Okay.
Not mention anything about anything other than that,
Okay, so you say
and
that to
see
him?
if there's a reaction. That would be my line of thought right now.
Okay. Well, if you say that, he's sort of looking at you as you're talking, and he looks like he's sort of struggling to focus on you, and he's like, purple hair? What? Who has purple
Yeah,
hair?
pretty.
And
Right?
he's sort of, and he looks like he's not nodding off, but he looks like he's getting a little bit tired, and he's like, I don't know if I should have any more. And he's sort of looking at you
do
and
you
looking
do
at.
you want?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'll let you finish first.
Okay, I was just gonna say he's kind of looking. He's like, he looks like he's debating whether I have anything more to drink. He's like, I don't know. I'm like, what about you? You, and he like points at Doc. And you guys want any more?
Oh, if he's trying to get me another drink, I
Huh?
mean, I can't get drunk. I'll fucking drink his ass under the table. I don't care.
Okay. So he goes to order this next drink, and the bartender kind of rolls his eyes because it looks like kind of used to this kind of behavior from this guy. And some of the other people at the bars are kind of like looking at him, shaking their heads, kind of rolling their eyes a little bit. And up on the screens, by the way, there's TVs everywhere. And you see some of the replays, like of the one point where Felix kind of leaped up and did that cool punch down and smashed basically broke his teeth, for lack of a better way to put it. There's some highlights of that, which is pretty cool. Anyway, so as he starts to order, you see the bartender kind of roll his eyes. And so, yeah, he kind of pulls out his wallet to pay, and he's kind of raises his arm to get the bartender's attention. And he's sort of starting to nod off a little bit, and then he just kind of puts his head in his arms, and he just kind of lays there for a second. Doesn't really do much. So he looks like he's starting to he's a hell of a bit too much. The bartender's like, "Oh, great, here we go again."
I'll go. If he's officially asleep, I'll ask the bartender if he. Well, I'll go up to the bartender and talk to him. Is Mr. Keys okay?
He kind of sighs. He's like, "He's fine. He does this every time. He'll lay there for an hour, wake up, pay, and stumble out of here."
If you have an address for him, I don't mind carrying him back home.
He's like, an address. He's like, he don't know it offhand, but he'd have his ID on him, and he points at Keys' wallet, very thick-looking wallet, which is sitting on the table beside him. He's like, he'd probably have his ID in there. I'd be able to find it that way.
All right. I'll look through his wallet. I'm gonna be very obvious about it to show the bartender, just to show that I'm not. All I'm doing is looking for his address. I'm not taking any money or anything.
Okay. You find his Northern Gun ID, and it does tell you his address. He lives on King Street, 32 King Street. And it shows a picture of him. He looks goofy. It says he's a Northern Gun, basically factory worker, and it's got his clearance and all that. But yeah, you get his address off that.
All right. And I'll ask Doc and/or Mel to help me carry him home.
If I heard all this, then I'll pick his ass up.
So you guys carry him home. I mean, there would be like maps. You guys would be able to figure out this house if you want to.
Yeah.
I'll toss him over my shoulder, fireman style. You know what I mean, and be like,
Right.
all right, let's get this drunk.
Yeah. Honestly, a lot of this is a pretense to try and search his place, but
I get that. I'm
Okay. Fair
but
enough.
we're not going to do any bar. I'd say we could fucking take him to an alley somewhere and wait for him to wake up and fucking question him at this point. Like, we do anything we got.
Oh, it's up to you. I mean, he's passed out, so.
yeah, I wanna hedge my bets on my bets on this right now. So ostensibly we are taking him back to his place, but my hope is we get there, he's still asleep, and we search around a bit before, and we search the place a bit.
Everybody okay with that plan, or anybody have any other ideas? Or
The plan is to go search his house. Yeah, it's fine. Let's do it.
okay. So at this point, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 11 o'clock.
Unless you told me anything that the size stalker.
No, or sorry, I should say that. Well, go ahead. I guess that's up to Felix.
I'll probably mention it on the way there. So I'm assuming you're going to drop him, and I need to catch him while you run off to the strip club.
So I will finish the plan we're on. I will not drop him in the middle of the street, but I'll be excited that our next clue is somewhere fun.
Okay. Well, if that's the plan you guys want to do, that's cool. So it's about 11 p.m. ish. Oh, actually no. You take a little while to find his place. So it's about midnight, we'll say, when you get to his place. So,
From 6.
yeah, it was a good night of drinking, I guess. So
Holy shit!
yeah,
It's midnight.
yeah. Well, 12, 11 o'clock, midnight type thing. By the time you get
All
to
right,
his
I just
place.
thought it was a lot early.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
you started
it's
drinking
weird
at
'cause
6,
before-
and then shot the shit for a
Yeah,
while.
it's also a little weird because like where I am, it's real life 11 o'clock at night. So
Yeah.
I thought that's what you were saying at first.
Okay, either way. But yeah, in the game, we'll say it's roughly by the time you find his place, and plus you had to walk, right? So it was a bit of a hike, but you eventually find his place, and his keys are in his pocket, I guess, or his key card, I should say, riffs, right? So you go in there, and I guess you put him in bed, I suppose, or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. I'm not gonna put words in your mouth, but okay. So you do that, and you search around his house, like you said, and you don't find anything weird in his house per se. You do spot in his one of his clothes drawers, you see, sure enough, a red robe in there. But other than that, you don't see anything particularly interesting. But what you do see is by his kitchen, there's a door, and it looks a little bit open. So it's kind of a weird spot for a door, but it's just sitting there a little bit ajar there. So So you check out this door. It leads.
I think I heard a cat, and open, and I go through the door.
Oh, I see. I got you. Okay, so you go through the door. It opens onto steps leading downwards into what seems to be a basement of some kind. So do you guys...
Is anyone going to stay with Tim? Would we just toss him on his bed? Is anyone going to stay with him?
And actually, yeah, it's probably out of everyone, it's probably best if Felix / John stays with him. So,
all right, so stay with him, then I search. If you were going to search, I was going to stay.
Now, at this point, you're obviously not in your power armor right now, right, Felix? That would be kind of... I'm not sure how that works. You would have walked out of there.
Correct.
Yeah, so you probably would have had to like park it outside or something, I suppose, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So you're...
Yeah. I think I'm still in my Enviro suit, like Mega Armor, though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. All right, so I guess Doc and Wheel or Mel go down into the basement, if I'm reading that right. All right, so this room. So you guys go down there, and for reasons that we talked about outside of the game already, 2 Point, I'm going to try and keep the description of this room, I guess, tactful and tasteful without detracting from the horror of it all. So you go down into this basement, and the first thing you notice is the smell. It's dank, musty smell, like an old crappy basement would be. But there's also another smell. It's like, I don't know, sweat or something. It's gross, really gross. You can't quite place it. So the basement is very, very cramped. It's cluttered and dingy and crap. I want to say it's about 30-ish feet deep, but probably only maybe 15 feet wide. So it's kind of a narrow, a narrow room. The ceiling isn't very high, like again, maybe 7, 8 foot ceiling, so it's kind of cramped. It's like a little crawl space more than anything else. And it's dark. It's got that crappy like lighting of like you pull the string to light the light up. You know what I mean? Like it's got that. It's really dark and dingy and crappy. Now, along the walls are hooks with things hanging off of them, and things such as whips and chains and things of that nature, and gags and whatnot. There's also. Sorry, go ahead.
Basically, it's a BSDM dungeon, is what I'm getting.
Yeah, sort of. In addition to those things, there's also things on the walls, tools, blades, and nasty-looking knives, and what you can really only describe as medieval torture equipment. All kinds of nasty, horrible crap. Now, on the left-hand wall, there are 2 cages. They're empty, mind you. I want to say maybe 5x5x5 type things. There's 2 empty cages, each with shackles in them, which are empty, or manacles, or whatever you want to call them. There's a little bit of blood stain, like dried blood stain, on the floor of each one. Now, the cages are open. There's nobody in them or anything like that, but they look kind of cramped. There is also a video camera pointed at these cages. The right-hand side of the room, looks like a workbench with more nasty-looking tools on it. At the far end of the room, at the end, is a computer, which is on. There is a large black safe sitting there. And when I say large, I'd say it's probably like 6 feet tall. It's pretty big. And there is, yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I forgot anything. No, that's it. So yeah, there's a safe, a computer, and all the other horrible stuff that I described.
I don't have computer operation.
Okay.
Is there? You said there's a video camera. Is there like a playback? Is there a screen? Can I easily figure out like to watch video of whatever it was recording?
The video camera doesn't have anything in it. There's no real playback features, but there's a cord, like a USB or something like that, leading to the computer.
Even without computer operation, I assume I would be able to like pointing. Well, I can't fucking read either. I don't know. Would I be able to figure out how to watch whatever?
Can Mel read?
Yeah, but not very well. It's going to be a hit and miss if I can actually do it.
I don't know. Well, there's got to be pictures
It's very similar to the laptop that Felix grabbed from the underground facility. It's a pretty basic operating system, so you're looking at the same basic thing.
Okay, so I would point over at the computer and be like, Mel, try and fire that thing up and.
Yeah, it's already on. But yeah.
No, I mean, you get the videos, pull up the videos, see what the hell is going on here. Because Felix is upstairs with. So I'd say just try and make it play.
Okay. So you do that then, Mel?
I will try. I'm not going to guarantee anything.
Okay.
So,
okay, what's your computer operation skill? I mean, like I said before, I mean, you managed with the stuff in the bunker or whatever it is, the military installation.
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Okay, well, all right. The other character had the skill. This character doesn't have that skill.
Well, again, we'll have to retcon English. That. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. So it's not that. Well, it's not that difficult. So you should be able to bring it up. So you find a bunch of files. You find video, and it's not good, not good at all. There's videos of people in those cages getting tortured and such by a Mr. Keys. And you find some other videos of him doing some other stuff with people who are, bound and gagged and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty twisted what you're finding on these videos. We'll put it that way. I don't want to go into too much detail here, but you kind of get the idea.
Does anyone get murdered in the videos? Is there like?
I'm afraid so. Yes.
Then I'm going to I'll unplug the computer and take the computer because we can turn that into the authorities and use it against him.
Okay.
Wait, you said that,
Well, there's
that
other
there are.
files too. Yeah, there's you find the videos. You also find another file. You find two files that are kind of strange. One simply says untitled, and the other says it sounds familiar. CV duty roster.
Wait, I'm unclear. Did we on the videos? Did people get killed?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna be. I see that. I'm heading upstairs to pick up Tim and bring him.
Okay.
I'm probably going to stop you because, for one, I have no idea what's going on.
I will let you know that there's some real nasty medieval shit going on down in the basement, and we have evidence that this guy is kind of a murderer. And I'm going to be doing some things that might make you uncomfortable, so you might want to stay up here.
Okay.
Wait, before you do any of that, well, do you mention that there's a computer downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, so Felix actually has computer operations, so
Yeah.
so before we do anything, let me examine the computer a little more.
Oh, you can come down there with us. I'm going to let him sleep it off. I'm not going to wake him up right away, but he's coming with us downstairs, and he's getting strapped into.
Okay.
I don't think we.
So
Let's see what we actually have first.
Okay. So you bring him downstairs then? He's still completely.
I'll
passed
tell
out.
you what we have. Like, in character, I will tell you what we. I'll tell you what I saw in the videos, and I'll tell you he's coming with us, and I'll tell you try and. You can go look at the computer all you want, but right now he's coming downstairs.
I'm just gonna move us off this. Well, I guess we can stay here. Doesn't matter. But we'll go to the map. I'm just gonna bring you guys back over to the map of NA right
World
now.
map.
Yeah. So is that? Let's go to that. Okay. So you go down. I guess back down to the room or whatever, the basement. And yeah, like I said, so you have computer operation there, Felix. So yeah, if you look through the computer, you'll find the same things that Doc found or Mel, whoever. You find the videos; they're very disturbing. And like I said before, you find two files. One is untitled, and the other is CV duty roster.
And I bring up both of those so we can all see them.
All right. So the untitled one just says 2847. That's all it says. And the other list or the other file you find is this. Maybe you guys can see that. There we go. So it seems to be the same file, but different.
Oh no!
Yeah, there's a Bastion chapter.
And did we meet a Steve Hastings?
Did you meet? I don't know. I don't think so.
All right, well, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but
I can't read. While they're doing all that shit, I'm strapping Tim into the nastiest piece of equipment that he has in this goddamn basement.
the safe. How would you theoretically open it?
It looks like it's just a combination lock.
How many numbers in the combination?
4.
I'm more trying to see if those 4 digits that we saw in the Intel document could be used to open the safe.
Okay, well if you try those numbers on the safe, click, safe opens. Okay, so you open the safe and there's a few things inside. First of all, there is a box at the bottom of the safe, and in that box contains a stash of about 20,000 credits. So congratulations, 20K. Now, the other thing you see in the safe is something you saw in the video. It looks like a long staff or something, like a long. It's hard to tell if it's a gun or a staff or what the hell. It's a very strange looking thing, but it's long and it's very ornate. It's got a lot of detail on it. It seems to have a trigger, so it must be a gun? Question mark maybe. But it's very ornate and it has this weird feel to it, to the touch. It feels wet and it feels kind of almost like, I don't know how to describe it other than it has this very strange, almost organic texture to it. It feels organic in some weird way. But you saw in the video, in one of them videos anyway, he was using this in some way on some people in the cages. So,
Alright.
and now Felix, you notice something else. So I can find it fast here. There is one last thing in here, which is glinting at you from the back of the safe. And loading. It's small. I'll just describe it while I look for this. Yeah, so you see something glinting in the back of the safe, and when you pull it out, it's basically a jar. And this jar has these strange prongs on the top of it. They kind of look like the prongs on a 9-volt battery. Do you know what I mean? Those little prongs sticking out. And there's also a little prong going into this jar. And in this jar is a little fairy. You know what I mean? A fairy. And it looks either dead or asleep or unconscious or something. Looks like I find this for you. But anyway, that's basically what you find in there.
So kind of what I want to do is leave Tim here, take all this stuff, and broadcast these, and either give these videos to the authorities or broadcast them across the city.
Well, broadcasting these particular videos across the city would be, that would be awful.
I'm thinking more that they be damning.
Yeah.
They're damning.
No point.
Because Tim's a public figure.
Yeah.
There's no point in that. Tim is not going to be a public anything in the next hour.
Tim is pretty much done.
I would be suggesting that perhaps Felix head upstairs for a minute, and we'll come get him when the nasty is over. You can agree this is a bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna deal with the bad man. I know you don't like seeing this stuff. Just head upstairs. It's good. I'll take care of it. Your conscience will remain.
I don't think it works that way.
Oh.
Um.
Oh, I think I found.
All right. So, Mel, are you with me?
Or no?
In.
Actually, hold on one sec. I'm gonna.
Yep, Doc.
If you look in Discord real fast.
Yeah.
There you go.
Where's his power armor?
Oh, found it.
Outside.
I would definitely be taking his power armor.
What do you mean you would be taking it?
I would see if you can get into it fired up and take the Delilah from him. He forfeited that.
It's not here though. It's back at the stadium.
Yeah. Yeah, he couldn't pilot it out of there because he's.
Now that'll be harder because then the authorities will take it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you look in Discord, there's some pictures there. The first picture's of Tim. And the second picture is what you pulled out of the back of the safe, Felix. I don't know if you can see those in there or not, but
Wait, in Discord where?
in the
Rift
text.
Oh, I see it.
In the Rift.
Oh, he's got a fucking. Oh man, I know what that battery.
I knew exactly what the battery as soon as he was describing it. My character knows exactly what that is.
Yeah, as a player. No.
Yeah. And you
And he
being,
knows where that comes from. That staff I want to have another look at, though.
I'll get you a picture of it.
Mel will definitely want to have a look at that staff.
Well, actually, tell you what.
I'm assuming that Mel's Felix is generally the tech guy. Mel's generally the magic guy.
Right. Fair enough.
Doc, and Doc is the cutting people's throat guy.
And
I'm straight he
soiling
is.
bathrooms guy. But yeah. So Mel knows exactly what this is. Well, he knows what the one thing is. I mean, if you want to give me a magic lore check, I could tell you what the other thing is. But it's up to you.
Let me see if I have it. I don't remember if I actually have. I think I do.
I would ask if I can borrow that staff for just a second.
I appreciate what you're trying to say here, but for all you know, this staff could drain the life out of anyone who uses it. So maybe not yet.
You guys already picked it up. It didn't. I'm not going to pull the trigger. I just need to borrow it.
Okay. At this point, The little fairy in the jar kind of looks up at Felix really feebly and just kind of slumps back down a little bit.
It's a
Mel, is it
pass.
safe?
That is a pass by 10 points.
Nice. This thing you found is a pain inducer. It's a bio-wizard weapon. Sorry, go ahead, Felix. What were you trying to say there?
Felix is going to ask Mel if it's safe to let this thing go.
Is that thing an agonizer?
Or yeah,
Is that a Splagorth agonizer?
It's, I think it's called a. Well, I'll have to
That's
look
the
it
one
up
with
again.
the agony pain? That's
Yeah.
the one with the agony spell?
Yeah, it's either an
Oh, dude.
agonizer or a pain inducer
Well,
or something like that.
Mal's going to go over there and use it on the motherfucker. Oh, I guarantee he's going to use it on him.
Yeah, it's good, man. Just give me the fucking staff, please.
Yeah, and
No, whatever you think you can do that bad with it that you can do as a juicer, what I just did spell-wise is probably going to be even worse.
Well, it's going to get pretty bad for this guy really quickly. I'm going to ask him some questions, and then it's going to get worse. And then I'm going to ask him some more questions, and it's going to get worse. And then he's going to die. I will say that in character.
Okay. To answer your question, Felix, yeah, you could let that thing out if you really wanted to.
Hey, yeah, if you showed me a jar with a little fairy in it, by the way, if I saw that, I don't even give a shit. I would break the jar. That thing, if it looks like it's in pain, I don't even know what it is, and I'd fucking open the thing.
It's a friggin' PPE battery.
Okay, I know what it is as a player. My character doesn't know what it is, so, but...
Oh, my character does. And yeah, he's not happy with that.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah, I
so
think that-
Felix
yeah,
has
I
it
think-
right now
I
in his
think-
hand.
Yeah.
So I would look at
I'm-
Felix and I'd say, you're letting that thing out of the jar.
Do me one favor, Doc. Don't drag this, and I'm doing I'm sort of making motions towards Tim. Don't drag this out. Get the information and then end it.
As far as I'm concerned, this fucker is getting better than he deserves. He should be down here for weeks. The fact that this is going to be done in an hour or two is better than he ever fucking deserved. But yeah, I will be.
All right, and I'm going to go up. I'm going to go upstairs and just out the door and let the fairy go.
Okay.
Mel, are you going to help me out with this? Or is
Yeah,
this going to?
hold on. I'm gonna let you read this. You're
It's going to offend your sensibilities, what I'm about to do, because if your character is going to get prissy about it, I need you to go.
No, he's going to do it too. He's going to do it. Oh yeah, I can guarantee you, this guy's going to live up to that regret. He's going to get. Oh yeah.
Okay, so Felix, you open the jar and it doesn't seem to really. Just kind of looks at you real feebly and just kind of doesn't look like it has the energy to fly out or crawl.
What do you need? Well, I'll ask it what it needs if it can understand me.
It doesn't seem to react to what you say. It doesn't seem to understand you, but it just kind of.
I won't understand you. You have to have a specific. It has a specific language.
It just kind of reaches its arm out towards you a little bit and then just kind of slumps back down. It looks like it's really weak right now.
I don't know. I'll gently. I don't know how big this jar is, but I'll gently offer a hand or a finger to it.
Okay. The jar is 7 or 8 inches. The fairy inside probably stands about 6 inches tall or so. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so you reach your hand
Not
in there and
very big.
you kind of pull it out, I guess, or you stick your hand in. It doesn't seem to have the strength to pull itself up, so you'd have to actually pick it up, I think, at this point.
Yeah. And just so I'm clear, I'm trying not to hurt it.
Yeah, for sure. So you pick it up, I guess, like you said, and it's just kind of in your hand, sort of looking at you. It opens its eyes and looks at you, and it's just it just looks really weak and tired. It doesn't look like it could fly right now, at any rate.
I'm going to try and get some water from the kitchen, I guess.
Okay. You go into the kitchen and you get some water, and it seems to drink the water, and it just it looks like it kind of crawls onto your arm and just sort of makes a little, just kind of, how do I describe it? It's kind of almost like a dog making a nest, or a nest making its bed. You know how they kind of turn around, then lay down, kind of thing. It kind of
Yeah.
kind of curled up on your arm and it's kind of laying on your on your arm right now?
I'm a little confused by this, but I'll stand still and wait for Mel to come upstairs to explain some of this to
Okay.
me.
Okay. So now, in the meantime, Mel and Doc are downstairs, I think. So yeah, you're with this guy. And yeah, so do you guys want me to leave this thing on the screen? Are you done looking at it and all the different names and everything? You good for that? Or do you want me to leave it up for a bit?
Now,
Leave that up and give me just 1 second.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, I'll write down the names.
Doc, there's the thing that staff is going to do to this guy. I posted it on Discord.
It basically induces a lot of pain. That's the point. So you've got this guy. He's passed out. He's kind of laying there.
All right, this is what is going on my end. I'm gonna have him shackled up, tied up, legs, hands, everything, bent over, stripped down, and I'm gonna have a ball gag in his mouth so he can't cast any fucking spells or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab some pliers and rip his fucking thumb.
Okay, well, he wakes up screaming.
Do we need to actually roleplay this whole thing out?
Oh, yeah, true
No.
enough. True enough.
We don't.
Good point, good point.
I'm just saying that's how I'm gonna wake him up. I'm not gonna roleplay it. We don't have to.
Okay, so
It's gonna get very.
Yeah, it's going to get...
These are the questions that I'm gonna ask him, and I'm gonna take off the ball gag. And if he starts to try and say anything other than an answer, I'm gonna smash it back in his mouth. And so there will be no spell cast.
Right.
There will be no fuck. I'll tell him that Xander and the whole Fort North chapter are dead, mostly by my hand and my friend. Xander was trying to summon something. What was it? Where is... I forget what the girl's name. Who are we?
Brilliant.
Lane, where's...
Okay, so he kind of wakes up, he comes to, and he's obviously screaming in pain. And then putting these questions to him, he's like, he's still not completely with it. He's like, Xander, that idiot. Wait, who the hell are you? What are you doing in my basement? Why the hell am I tied up? And he's all like,
I'm gonna slap him and rip off another
slur,
fucking...
obviously. Yeah. Okay. He seems kind of a little bit out of it yet. He doesn't seem really... Well, he's not sober. He's still kind of wasted. He pukes, by the way, because he's wrecked. And yeah, he doesn't seem to really... He mumbles something about Xander, idiot, and then you mention this girl. He doesn't seem to know much. He doesn't seem to like know what you're talking about when you say the girl. But he mumbles something about a temple.
Where's your temple?
Excuse me. The temple, and he starts mumbling, and he mumbles something about Wellington Street. He's like, but I told him to move it.
Where on Wellington Street?
What? He's like, what? What? And then, actually, wait a minute, hold on. Where's Felix right now? Are you downstairs as well? Are you still? Oh no, here you're upstairs. You're upstairs, right? Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So he's kind of he's still in a bit of a drunken stupor, and he's kind of spitting up his puke right now. And screaming in pain at his bleeding thumbnail or whatever it is. Yeah, he's kind of unintelligible and incoherent right now. But yeah, amidst the mumbling, you manage to you get Xander, an idiot, and then Wellington Street, something about a temple. You're not sure. He starts crying like a little baby at this point.
Well, all right. So look, I don't want to roleplay this, but I am gonna fucking torture this guy for a solid like 45 minutes. We're not gonna get into it. Just whatever the worst thing you can think of is what is gonna happen to him. And
Probably
I'm gonna
that pain
be.
inducer. But yeah.
That was gonna get in places where it shouldn't. But anyway.
Right.
He's gonna get it bad, and I just whatever answers you're gonna give me, give them to me so we don't have to roleplay this.
Okay. Yeah, you don't get much out of him other than, like I said, something about Temple, something about Wellington Street, and something about Xander, idiot. That's pretty much it.
Before he does anything, tell him I want his keys. Where's his keys for his power armor?
His keys for his power are probably in his pants.
Okay, we're taking those.
All right.
We're gonna take his power armor too.
I'd ask him if there's anything else in this house I might want.
He doesn't really seem to respond to your question. He just kind of pukes again. He's like, he starts mumbling incoherently.
Is it incoherently, or is he saying another language?
Doesn't matter. As soon as he starts mumbling and I don't understand it, my knife is going freaking straight through the top of his skull into his head. I'm not taking any risks on any
Yeah.
kind of spell shit
It
happening.
it didn't
now, so
sound like magic to you, Mel, but yeah, better safe than sorry. So yeah,
it was over. As soon as he started going, I'm
all right. So you
He
stick your
broke the-
knife
he
into the
broke
back
the-
of his head, and that's a wrap on Tim Keys. So we again, I don't need to describe it too much, but you now have a dead, naked, bound, gagged man in a cage, and yeah. So were you videotaping all this, by the way?
no,
Just out of curiosity. Okay, cool.
of course not.
All right.
I think I would go so far as to we're going to take the computer with us, and the recording device, because I don't want any evidence in case it was passively recording that we were ever here.
Okay.
I kind of want to leave the recording so that when someone eventually finds this guy, they know what he was actually up to.
It's pretty obvious what he was up to, given how his basement was. And
But the video is what it condemns him.
yeah,
So they're going to need the video. Now, he's got computer skill, so we can take our time, and what's his name can put it on a flash drive. And anything we need off the computer right now, we'll take off the computer. So anything that we need off the computer, take off the computer, and the rest we can just turn into the authorities. And they'll handle it from there.
I would go upstairs and ask Felix. I would say, I'll even cover up. I'll throw a fucking cloak over the body so you don't have to look at it. And I'll be like, look, it's over. We're done. I need you to go downstairs and make sure that there is no evidence on that computer that we were ever here. And copy any of the files that we might need, because apparently you guys want to leave the computer. But my primary concern is that we were not filmed doing what we just did.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask him? Can I ask him to quickly get Mel to take care of the fairy that's resting on my shoulder?
Yes, I
my
will
arm?
take care of the ferry.
Okay.
Mel takes the ferry in his hands, so there's no problem with that.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah,
It will pump 20 PPE into the ferry. That should restore some of the ferry a little bit too.
Okay. Alrighty. It doesn't wake up or anything like that. It's still just kind of slumped over.
Yes, it's good.
So it's pretty fucked up right now. Okay. So yeah, what you get off the computer, like you said, you're just gonna take, I guess, the files. So all that really has, I mean, I don't know. It's up. You tell me if you're copying the videos or not. That's up to you. But the only other thing that's of any use to you is this complete and apparently uncorrupted version of the duty roster.
yeah. I'm gonna take a copy of the duty. I'm gonna take a copy of the duty roster. I don't need the safe numbers.
Yeah.
I'll take copies of the duty roster and the video files, but I'm going to leave the originals on there, and I don't know. I'm going to try and set up the room so it's to practically say press play here to watch this guy torture people.
Okay. That's cool. All right. That's good. That's good.
Well, I'll stay here if I have to and have him and show it to him.
Okay.
Yeah, they will have a hard time explaining why he's dead, but
Yeah.
he deserved what he
Yeah.
got.
Well, I'm also hoping the duty roster will provide them a nice list of 12 suspects to go if I can interrogate about it.
We're going to handle that on its own. I know we have a street address where this temple is. They're all gonna die.
Felix does not agree with that.
That's good. Then
And that's probably gonna be an opinion later, but right now Felix doesn't really have a problem linking these 12 people with a apparent twisted serial killer.
well, Doc is visibly upset and very, very fucking angry, and I'll probably be heading towards that strip club because I need to cool off.
Yeah. Also, one little thing I should mention, just kind of on a side note. Now I've I guess Wheel and 2 Point would know this most likely as longtime players of Risk, but I want to let Michael be aware of this. The that thing you found, that agony pain inducer thing, that's a BioWizard weapon or item at any rate, and it's extremely extremely rare. That kind of thing is not common. It's only available in either Atlantis or possibly the Phoenix Empire in Africa. But as far as North America, you don't just find those. That is obscenely rare. So just a little side note so that Michael is aware of that.
Oh yeah.
But anyhow,
so is the PPE battery.
Exactly, it's the same thing. That's also BioWizardry crap. So yeah, BioWizardry is insanely rare, and it's obviously insanely. It's very evil. It's a very bad thing. Generally, only evil characters would even consider using it. So anyway, just a little footnote there that I forgot to mention before, just so everybody's aware and everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yep. Okay, so at this point it's 11:30 IRL for me and Michael. So I don't know if you guys want to call it there. If you want to keep going for a bit, it's totally up to you. But
I'm gonna take, after we turn this over to the police, we're gonna go claim his power armor. Authorities can
I don't
do anything.
think
You have the
You
keys
do-
for
you
it.
do
We'll
re-
go over there, fire it up. You can walk it away.
you do realize that his power armor currently has no weapons attached to it because they're all broken, right?
Do you know how much a Delilah is compared to your suit? It's not that badly damaged either.
I can't pilot a Delilah though.
You can pilot a Delilah. You can pilot anything in the power armor.
yeah, well, I mean,
You just don't have the specific.
you don't have the
for
elite
it.
training, so you wouldn't have all the same bonuses. But yeah, I mean, you could
You have
pilot if you
basic bonuses, but you can pilot the Delilah.
Yeah.
Even without the weapons, it's worth a couple million credits.
Yeah,
so
that's a big
take
ticket item.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Wheel, but for Felix, at least this is a hard no.
Well, he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He'll take it over there and have it towed or something over there. That's like 1 point something million credits.
Well, the other thing I think of, Wheel, is like technically, yeah, he's dead now, but that's still his property. So there'd be this whole just because we have the keys, he still has the ownership. So it's under his name, right? So
This is Riff saying we could always say that he lost it in the bet. They can't really prove it differently.
yeah, but I mean, like I said, he might have actual legit ownership papers.
Well, still.
No, Wheel. Like I'm telling you right now, if you try to take the armor, Felix isn't helping you with this.
But really?
all right.
All right. You lost out on that then.
All right, I would help you. No, I'd help you out. All right, so I'll help you. Let's search. Can we search? Like, does he have a desk? Can we get basically a title for this thing, like a pink slip?
I mean, he's got to have paperwork on it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is something. Okay, hold on, Felix. Let me tell you something right now. Okay, you have a Samus suit. The Samus suit is really, really good. The Samus suit, the Delilah, is a step up, almost 2 steps up compared to your suit. This is a major, major thing for you. This could be a really heavy improvement over your standard suit. Now, I know you're really good and everything, but that particular suit is a much better suit. It is something really to stop and think about and try to use. And you as a pilot would know that this is a better equipment.
Yeah, Felix as a person, however, is not going to steal this property, and B not want to have anything to do with anything that belongs to Tim Keys right now.
So this is, to me, sounds like exactly the same dilemma we had in that bunker or whatever, right? It's Felix's character versus tactical, so it's
all right.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay, let's put it to you this way: you let the fairy loose out of the PPE battery, didn't you?
Yes.
So what's the difference of us selling this dirtbag's equipment and taking the money for it to help us get farther advanced? Let me put it to you that way. Don't have to keep it, but we'll sell it. Agree on that part?
No, I'm look out of character. I'm sorry, but I can't I can't think of a justifiable reason for why what's essentially a lawful good character to do something like this. So if you want to take the money and stuff in the safe out and sell that stuff, he's not he's not against that. But as a character, I can't think of a way to justify Felix being all right with this armor plan, regardless of
This
just
guy
selling
was
it.
a murderer, killing people in his basement. I'm at a loss to see how your character would even justify thinking this. This guy was beyond evil.
Yeah, but this isn't.
He might as well be a fourth.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with Keys and whatever he or he did or didn't do. And yes, we all realize that he did do something really horrible. This is what Felix himself is comfortable doing.
All right. Well, I'm going to assume that the strip clubs are open late, and like in character, literally, I would have been done with this, and I would have left.
Yeah.
Okay. By this point, it's about
Because
1 a.m. on it's 1 a.m. on the 24th now. So yeah, it's getting pretty late. But yeah, okay.
Strip clubs are open notoriously
Oh yeah,
late,
they're
so
open
that's
late. You're good. Okay. So yeah, I mean, like obviously it's fine. Like Felix or John, whatever you prefer being called, Jon Snow. He's not comfortable with that, so that's fine. You know, like it's against his character's alignment, and that's totally cool. He's playing in character, playing in alignment, which I think is awesome. So it's
it's to be commended. You're doing an excellent job of role playing character.
indeed.
But-
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the same thing, which is like I haven't been part of the salvage. As soon as like it looked like you guys were going to argue about it, and it was a point, I wouldn't be trying to fight about it. 2 million credits. My character wouldn't give a shit. I'm focused on the mission, and I have a lead in a place where I want to be. I just did some shit that I don't enjoy doing. I'm angry. That's where I would be going to ask some questions. I would relay that information. If you guys want to come with me, awesome. If not, if you want to head back to the inn, I'll meet you back there in a couple hours.
Okay. And again, the other sort of
Yeah.
other side of all this, of course, is even if you find, I mean, let's say you find his ownership, right? And for all intents and purposes, sure, you find his ownership in some random drawer. Like, okay, you have it, but it's got his name on it, right? So this is his property. And so whether you have to think about, okay, well, maybe he had a will. Did he have a will? Was he leaving it to somebody? If he didn't, then it could be any number of like you guys wouldn't necessarily have a claim. Like, what claim would you have on his? You know what I mean? So it might go to the Robodome might take it, NG might take it, the local government might take it. So it's kind of like there's no guarantee that you guys would have any claim on it anyway, right? So it's one of the things you got to consider too. Sorry, go ahead, Michael.
Well, two things for the record. I'm suspecting that he might have actually stolen it from NG, which is a whole nother which is based on what he said while we were drinking, which is a whole nother kettle of fish. But trying to sell Tim Keyes' armor is going to be really obvious once they find it. That's not going to be a super easy thing to do, even before they find out who's dead, because the mark on the back has already been broadcasted for probably years now, and the damage to the weapons was broadcasted today.
Very, very good point. Yep. So yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys how you want to proceed. I'm just saying, like from my perspective, it's not that you can't. It's just there's no guarantees that this would work out. Like Michael said, like there's a number of different sort of hurdles in the way. But it's up to you guys how you want to try and proceed. But nope. Okay, so Doc, I guess, is at the strip joint. Mel and Felix, I guess.
I went with Doc.
Okay.
I went with Doc.
And then Felix, where are you at now? Did you go with them?
Yeah.
Okay.